Well, a warm welcome to this broadcast of the Morning Call. Clashes between Mozambican government forces and the Renamo opposition fighters is expected to subside down after the two factions reached an initial agreement to regional power sharing. Now, conflict arose when Renamo refused to accept the results of the country's 2014 elections, won by the Renamo party in power since independence 40 years ago.
The past few weeks have seen tensions rise a notch higher between the two camps, the Renamo, former rebellion of the Mozambican civil war, who have refused to accept the results of the 2014 elections, won by the ruling Renamo party, claimed victory in 6 of the country's 11 provinces. But the government's inflexibility led to a wave of attacks that killed dozens of civilians.
Well, online right now is Gustavo Placido. He's joining us from Portugal and is well conversant with matters Mozambique. Gustavo, do you think this agreement will put an end to the fighting completely?
Well, I think the agreement was a necessary agreement. Renamo and the government, they had to make some concessions because otherwise Renamo would never stop the armed actions and the political upheaval. So it is a good news in theory, because if you look at the records of agreements in Mozambique, it is not famous. Every time there was an agreement, it was never fully applied, either because Renamo wasn't willing to make the concessions in reality, or Renamo just wanted more things. So we have to see whether the agreement will be actually applied, put in practice. And then, yes, the agreement is good to end the conflict, is good to create some peace, but from what I know from Renamo will, once they get this concession to rule the provinces where they say that they won the elections, if I know how Renamo acts and thinks, I think they will start making some more demands, in particular regarding access to a greater share of the national wealth. So it may create a dangerous precedent in Mozambique. So I'm not sure whether this agreement may in practice result in a positive outcome. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, you say you know the Renamo very well and you've given various options on how they might act, but are they going to fully benefit like they expected if at all the country went back to the electoral process?
Well, it is a victory for Renamo because they will have access to more political power, and it will spill over to power in parliament. They will have greater capacity to make some stronger election campaigns and to use more money to attract more voters. So this might spill over even to the next general elections. They might benefit from it. And of course, they will have access to a greater share of wealth. Because if you look at the map of Mozambique, most of the natural resources are based in central and northern Mozambique. Most of it is based on those provinces which Renamo now wants to control, and the government is seeking giving the control to them. I don't think that Renamo will give up the weapons without having some kind of guarantee from the government that.
That was Mr. Placido Gustavo, a political analyst in